All right, so now you got all these inquiries on your credit report. All right, so it's really easy to remove a lot of these inquiries. Why? Because they don't really have a physical signature. A lot of times, they don't really have a physical signature to it. So what you can do is, if you apply for something online, like a credit card, or you ran your credit online and you did hard pulls. Now, when you run your credit, you're gonna do a hard pull. So now here's a difference between different type of inquiries, right? So now you got soft inquiries, then you got hard inquiries. So a lot of times the soft inquiry is when you pull your credit report, or like when you even I did it hard. Like the soft inquiry is even when you pull your credit report or you get a pre-approved card. You fill in your information for like pre-approved cards and stuff like that. Just very simple stuff. But the hard pulls is like when you're going for a loan, or you're trying to get a mortgage for your house, or you're trying to get a car and stuff like that. So a lot of times when we do this, we go to dealerships. Like, let's speak on car loans. In an instance, let's speak on car loans. So now you went to the car loan. He was like, I want a car. Okay, cool. So now this car company, you went to some secondhand Joe Schmo car company named what is it? Let's just say RB Motors, right? ABC Motors. Let's just say ABC Motors. Now you went to ABC Motors and you went to go get this car because you're probably in a desperate need of a vehicle and you don't really know the real ways to go apply and get a car, right? So now you went to ABC Motors and ABC Motors pulled your credit, and maybe your credit wasn't substantial to them. So what they're gonna do is they're gonna do additional pull to go see who you can go through with different banks. Now, these different banks, they're gonna they're gonna make a hard pull on your credit report. Now, for each bank that they got, I think it's like 5 points per hard inquiry pull. So now you got all these, now your score, you probably lead a bank with a super low score if you got a car, if you got approved, if not. But when you're applying for these cars, what's going to happen is it's going to pull your credit report. It's going to pull from, all these different car companies going to pull, all these different banks is going to pull yours because you may have not had a good score enough for the actual dealership to take you on. So they was like, all right, cool. We're going to give you to like a second chance bank or something like that. A lot of them is like credit acceptance, American Credit Acceptance, like Wells Fargo sometimes is a second chance, and it's a lot of other finance companies that you can actually go through that can pull your information. So now you got all these hard pulls on your credit report that's going to show, and now your scores drop significantly. Now you pissed off. Now you mad. You like, man, my score is lower. Now your chances of getting a car is even lower if you didn't get approved, or your APR is through the roof. I'm talking like 20+% on your APR. That is absolutely terrible, probably because you have low credit or you just don't know how to apply for a car, right? So that happens. Now let's talk soft inquiries. Maybe you just pulled your credit report just to see what's going on there, or maybe you applied for a credit card or something, like you did a pre-approval credit card or anything like that, and now you got to pull strictly through the actual finance company. It could be the bank. Some companies send you out pre-approvals. You might get a letter in the mail, because what happens is once these credit bureaus and stuff, they sell your information to like third-party people, to like different credit card lenders and things like that. What happens is when they sell your information to credit card lenders, you get pre-approved credit cards in the mail. So you already approved for this card because they already got your information. But they say, hey, you've been approved for a $300, $400, $500 credit line. I don't even mess with that. I just refuse to mess with that. So when you get all these inquiries onto your credit report, right? This is what you want to do. You can write this letter that I'm going to leave below, and you can insert all the different inquiries you got onto your credit report. Make sure the first thing you do, if you don't know how many inquiries you got, and you always get denied, and you get that letter in the mail when you apply for something that say it's going to take 7 to 10 business days because you've been denied. So now you got this letter in your stuff that's making you mad, and now you've been denied, and now you like, man, what am I going to do? And now you keep applying for all these different stuff. Now you keep getting denied. So when you got this letter that say, hey, okay, we can't accept you right now. Give us 7 to 10 days to give you a decision. So the first thing you want to do, right? Stop applying for stuff. Do not apply for nothing else. Don't apply for nothing else. I understand we all go through hardships. It's been times where I tried to apply for a car and I couldn't get a car that I wanted because my credit score was low, and I kept applying for different stuff, trying to apply for different loans. I was trying to do any and everything. Oh, I got approved for this, got approved for that, got a pre-approval for this. I just stopped applying for everything, and the first thing I did was go pull my credit report, right? I use a credit monitoring service. I use Identity IQ. I'll put the link below so you can go get your credit report. You can pull your credit report for $1, and then after 7 days, they'll charge you, I think it's $27 a month to monitor your credit. So that way you can know what's on your credit report at all times. Like, we'll pay for Netflix, we'll pay for Apple Music, we'll pay for all this BS, you know what I'm saying? Versus really focusing on our credit. We pay for all this extra BS. $30 we may think is too much, $27, whatever, we may think it's too much, right? But it's actually going to help us, and it's actually beneficial. You know what I'm saying? What's that saying? Like, people be like, oh, we'll pay $100 for we'll pay $1,000 for an iPhone, but then when it comes to eating, you know, good and having good food inside your body, it's much more expensive. So we won't pay $1,000 for the healthy stuff, but we'll pay $1,000 for an iPhone. You know what I'm saying? So get your credit. In fact, stop applying for stuff. Step 1 is to stop applying for stuff. I'm gonna just tell you that. It's hard, but no matter what your situation is, you gotta roll with the punches. Do not apply for nothing. Step 2, go to once you get your credit report, read from top to bottom. We're not gonna focus on the personal information, maybe you got bad debt or anything like that. We're strictly talking about inquiries, okay? Go down to this section where the inquiries are. If you're getting your credit report online, a lot of times it'll be, you know, digital. You ain't gotta print it out. You can print it out if you wanna check off and go over your inquiries if you want to go through that, okay? So print it out, or just do a thing where you can highlight the inquiries, right? I always take like 2 separate like highlighters. When I always print mine out, and I take 2 separate highlighters when I go over the inquiries, and I make sure, right? Now that you looked over your inquiries, step 2. Step 3 is to check for any positive accounts that you have open with a certain bank or a certain credit card company that you have inquiries with. That's step 3. So now I'm gonna go through my list. I'm telling you exactly what I do. I take my thing, I go through my list. When I go through my list, I make sure I don't have an open account with that company that I have an inquiry for. Here's why. Because if I go and I dispute that inquiry and I have an open account, or open mortgage, or open credit card, or open car loan, they're going to close that account down. This happened to me. I work with different credit repair companies. I work with some of the biggest credit repair companies. I'm not going to put nobody's name out there, but that happened to me, and I don't want that to happen to you. I went to the store, I went to swipe my card. You know what happened? Denied. I'm like, ain't no way, my credit card's good. But what happened was they closed that account down because I disputed that inquiry. So now, step 4, once you figure out the accounts that you have the inquiry with, this is what you want to do. You want to go through that list. Now, I figured it out. I got all my inquiries. I'm going to write these letters to Experian. I'm going to write this letter to Equifax. I'm going to put this letter together for TransUnion. I'm going to give y'all this letter. This letter works. Trust me. If you're having difficulties with this letter, now this is a slow way you can do it. It's a slower way, but it's the easy way. I have an actual script for if you want to buy, if you want to get the script. You know, the game is to be sold, not told. But I'm giving y'all the freebie of how to do it, you know, with mail. But there's another way you can do it on a phone call. I have an exact script for that. So once you figure out the inquiries that you have on there that you don't have no open accounts with or anything like that, right? Dispute those. Don't say it was fraudulent. Just tell them, I don't know. I don't remember filling this out. I don't remember applying for this loan. Make sure that you say that. Do not say it was fraud, because there's so much that go inside of that when you say it's fraud. Just say, I do not remember this inquiry. Please remove it from my account. Go after it. Constantly go after it. They may send you a letter to say, hey, now it's on them to verify it. Once they say, oh, we verified that you, show me how. Now, that's step 5. Once that letter come back, if this is step 5, this is 4, we're going to call it step 4A, right? We're going to call it step 4A. If they don't delete it and it come back as, hey, we see that you, we verified this inquiry that it was you, okay, show me proof. That's step 4A. Now show me proof. If not, you go from 4 to 5. Step 5, the inquiries come off of your account. Still, after your points go up, do not apply for nothing yet, right? Now, let's start disputing these negative accounts on our credit report. Now, that's the next part we want to do first. We want to dispute those negative accounts on our information. I mean, on our credit report. But that's how you do it. Step 1, you stop applying for everything. Do not apply for nothing else. Step 2, use a credit monitoring service that's going to give you the information that you need to see what's on your credit report. It's going to be accurate. It's going to show you scores. It's going to show you everything from your personal information, the names that these credit bureaus use. It's going to show you everything that you need, right? Step 1, Stop applying for stuff. Step 2, make sure you get a credit monitoring service. Sign up. I will put the link below. I use Identity IQ. Sign up. Make sure that you look at your credit report and look at the inquiry section. They're going to charge you $7 for the first day to pull your credit report. And then after that 7 days, they're going to give you it's going to be $27. I think it's $27. It varies. I think it's $27. It's no more than $30 to get your credit reports to you from 3 bureaus every month. Some people use Experian, stuff like that. I use Identity IQ because I like to track my identity all over the net. So, and then step 3, make sure you get the accounts that do not have a positive account with or an open account. Do not dispute those accounts. If the name is too familiar, if it's Capital One something something or Capital One this or that, and you have an open account, just don't even dispute it, bro. Just chill out. You know what I'm saying? Because you might mess around and then you get your credit card closed and then you might have to go ahead and reopen it, call them, and it's a whole big spiel. All right. Step 4. Once you figure it out, you write that letter to them. You write this letter to the accounts that you do not have any open accounts with. You write it to the credit bureaus. That's step 4. You write it to the credit bureaus to say, hey, I don't remember this being on my account. I did not remember applying for this. Do not say it was fraudulent. Do not say, I'm telling y'all, because guess what? It's a bigger mess that comes with that. Just say, I do not remember. 4A, this is step 4A. If it comes back and it's not deleted and it's not verified, and it not says that it's verified, right? It say that it's verified. What you want to do is, now, you want to call them. You want to get them on the phone. You want to call Experian. You want to call TransUnion. You want to call Equifax and actually get somebody on the phone. Now, they're going to give you the runaround all the time because they don't really want to deal with it. They don't care. They get paid off of you having bad credit. I have a script for that I'll get to y'all. I'll put the link in here. I have a script for that. But once you do that, if you don't get it removed via mail, we're going to call them. And then we will have it removed within 24 to 72 hours. Gone. Guaranteed gone. Like, there's no way around it. Once you send in that letter, you just wait, give them 30 days to respond or give them some time to respond, and then make sure that you send it out. You can send it out certified or not. It doesn't really matter. I'm not too big on sending it certified or not. It just depends. When I'm sending certain type of information, I send it certified just to make sure I got it. After you send them the letter that I'm going to give y'all for free below, I want you to make sure that stuff get removed. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate y'all for coming out here. And comment below if you have any information that you would like to know about credit repair. And I'll be sure to get back with y'all. Peace. Your boy Digital Trapper, and I'm out.